Hey guys, I am Game Advisor, and today we're going to be going over the Waterfall Expedition mission within Icarus. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want to know is as soon as you drop in, you need to prepare for battle, as there's going to be quite a few enemy mobs around. Yes, a regular bow can deal with most of these, but do expect things like elephants, cougars, and hyenas. Since you're going to be dropping in the desert biome, it's just something you're going to have to deal with. With that being said, let's talk about the prep for the mission. For the rest of this mission, you will need to be able to fend off or at least avoid some decently high-level animals, so you should come somewhat prepared. This could be in the form of a decent bow if you have a few members, or even if just by yourself if you really want to risk it. But aside from that, you're going to have to be able to beat bears that are upwards of level 120, 130 sometimes, wolves of the same level, and many other things along the way. It's a very long journey, so odds are you're going to have to fight something. Therefore, if you're playing solo, I personally recommend you take a gun if at all possible, because this will make it significantly easier for you to deal with some of those higher level threats. Now lastly, before you leave your house, since this again is going to be a very long journey compared to any mission you've done before this most likely, you're going to need to have oxygen, food, water, and possibly a bedroll if you want to sleep through the nighttime. It took us about 2 to 3 full in-game days to make it there and back, so just be prepared for this. You probably could squeeze it into 1 full day if you knew exactly where you were going and go very quickly, but with that being said, I still recommend you bring plenty of extras just to be safe. Now after leaving your base, you will have to find the route that's located here on the map. You should already have this marked for you, as it's the first destination you have to go to. When you get there, you're going to see a very large stone wall in a forest biome. This large wall is something we're going to talk about in just a second, but first you're going to have to find the beacon, which is located very close by. You can find it here. It's about maybe a 2 to 3 minute walk at most away for most players. Next, you will then need to build over that large rock wall we looked at earlier. So what I like to do is just go ahead and run around and grab a ton of fiber, grab some sticks, and make some thatch building pieces. You can do this pretty much entirely with roofs, but if you're going to do this with platforms, you're going to have some troubles, as making the jumps can be very difficult. We did this with roofs, and it took us about 40 thatch roofs to get over and get back down the other side. Do keep that in mind, as it's something very important. Integrity is also a big deal here. If you try to build up into the air, this is not Fortnite, and your building structure will fall apart. So in order to deal with that, if you connect it to the actual stone wall itself, it will be somewhat durable. It's going to look a little jank, and the game knows that, and it makes a joke about it, but the goal here is to be able to get up there and get down without killing yourself, or in my case, accidentally almost killing myself while recording this video. Now finally, you will need to get to the actual waterfall location after getting over the cliff. It's a good hike away, maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes at most, but once you get there, you're going to go ahead and place down the beacon. The beacon can pretty much be placed anywhere. It says build it a platform. I don't know why. You really can place it anywhere relatively close to the location, so it doesn't seem to matter too much, but just keep in mind you want to place it down, let it do its thing, and then go ahead and run back to your pod. Now it's worth noting here, because this is such a long journey, if you don't have a spawn point set to a bedroll, you can suicide and get yourself all the way back very fast. However, you will incur an XP penalty in case you didn't already know that. You will also drop all your items, so if you're carrying exotics, that could be a big negative. Just do yourself a favor. If you have exotics, go ahead and store them in your pod before you leave, and then head out there. If you're going to bring them with you, just remember you're going to have to make the hike back, and in total it took us about 2 to 3 in-game days to make it all the way out there and all the way back. With all that being said, I'm Game Advisor. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more Icarus content, make sure to leave a like if you liked the video, dislike if you disliked it, and subscribe to see more. I'm Game Advisor. I'll see you next time.